Well, good afternoon again, everyone. Thanks for coming back. I hope you enjoyed all of the hometown pies. I want to thank XL Energy for sponsoring all of those sweets. So congratulations, XL Energy, and thank you so much. So what we'd like to do now is we have several awards that we want to give out. We're so proud of these communities and the best practices that they've been able to set, and doing it in such trying times. But they highlight just a few of the many efforts and accomplishments across our state. We want to thank every community, every city that actually submitted an application. They made our job really hard to try to pick an award winner tonight. The way we look at it is every community that has such passion in their communities is a winner, and thank you for making it difficult for us to actually make the choices today. What I'd like to do is introduce Governor Burgum. He's going to be helping us present these awards today. He is also passionate, of course, about the Main Street Initiative, as you heard him this morning, and you'll hear him again closing out our event. But these awards are important to him as well. And if you wouldn't mind welcoming Governor Doug Burgum back to the stage. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Main Street. Thank you, folks, for sticking around. This is always fun to recognize incredible performances from across our great communities in our great state. And we've had a day of engaging speakers. We've had great conversations. We've had moments of inspiration. I think that next you're going to see more moments of inspiration, because North Dakota is full of opportunities and active partnerships in our communities as we follow the Main Street principles and the initiatives, the pillars, to unlock even more opportunity for our residents and our businesses. Today, in our Main Street Awards, we're going to be honoring communities that demonstrate the pillars across supporting a skilled workforce, investing in smart, efficient infrastructure, and creating healthy, vibrant communities, and embracing economic diversification. These awards will showcase cities, organizations, and civic leaders from around the state for their unique efforts and call attention to the tangible benefits of an engaged the community can create. The first award we're going to start out with, we have 7 awards today. The first one is the Healthy Vibrant Community Award. And the Healthy Vibrant Community Award recognizes communities or groups that have contributed to their vibrancy by activating shared public space, promoting and celebrating arts and culture, or hosting community events that engage residents and visitors. Within the Cheyenne National Grasslands, which if none of you have had a chance to get there, you need to. It's in the southeastern part of our state. Probably a lot of you have been to the Little Missouri Grasslands in the western. These are both national grasslands run by the USDA, run by the National Forest Service, but incredible, incredible resource that we have. Fantastic for horseback riding or hiking or corporate retreats or camping. But this community is just a stone's throw away from there. They've created a mural on their Main Street titled Gateway to the Grasslands. Very smart to, again, that partnership between public amenities like the grasslands that attract visitors and workers alike, and then celebrate that these valuable public lands are there, and then this also brings warmth, color, and beauty to a downtown area. In their city center near City Hall and the Senior Citizen Center, they've transformed a previously neglected area into an inviting outdoor space with a patio, curved benches, flowers, creating space for citizens to sit and reflect or catch up with old friends. To encourage outdoor activity, they've put in a walking path, wildlife observation deck on Storm Lake, which is just west of town, to improve the quality of life and exercise and for the enjoyment of the North Dakota outdoors. So for our first award goes to a community who's been harnessing the opportunities already in the community, recognizing these partnerships with things like the grassland, encouraging their citizens to get out and enjoy outdoor spaces. So please join me in congratulating the home of the First Lady's grandfather, who had the John Deere dealership and the Chevy dealership there, Elwood Nelson, who made it to 100 years old before he passed away a few years ago. But an incredible community, home of the Bison 2000 and 2001 Healthy Vibrant Community Award recipient, of course, Milner, North Dakota. Congratulations. Way to go, well done.
Come on over, come on over.
Tip that a little bit forward.
There you Congratulations.
All right.
You bet. No.
Way to go, Milner. Our next award is the North Dakota Legendary Heritage Award. This recognizes a community focused on preserving and protecting the historical assets of their town, and by honoring historical assets and structures, spaces, and other assets, North Dakota communities connect generations of residents and inspire community pride. We've seen this across the state. When a community loses a historic building, the whole town grieves. When a community saves a historic building, the whole town celebrates. I would take this moment to challenge any of you from across the state. If you've got a beloved historic building that you're about ready to lose, work even harder to try to save it, and you will add great things for generations to come. This year's recipient has invested in preserving a building that is not only an integral part of the largest park in their community, but also stands as a reminder of a previous historical park in the area. Way back when, in the early 1900s, Sandagger Park was established in this community, and one of the first activities that took place in the early 1900s was relocating a building, a pavilion, from a nearby Idlewood amusement park. Idlewood was located 3 miles of town west on the Cheyenne River. It opened in 1914. It was closed during World War I and regrettably never reopened. But the community rallied at that time, over 100 years ago. They used teams of horses to move this pavilion down the Cheyenne River on the ice to its new location. It's for the last century, and in recent years, the Park Board has undertaken an effort to update the building, completing all the needed repairs, modernizing the facilities to ensure the building remains a stable asset for the community for decades to come. Generations of Lisbon residents have fond memories of this pavilion, attending dances and birthday parties, roller skating, mini golf, running over from the pool for candy and pop. So again, preserving and updating this building reactivated those senior members of this community. And it potentially can make sure that this building lasts another 100 years. So please join me in congratulating the 2021 North Dakota Legendary Heritage Award recipient, the Sandagger Park Pavilion updates done by none other than the home of the Broncos, the Lisbon Park District. Way to go, Lisbon Park District. Nice work, way to go.
Come on over.
Come on up.
Come on over. Congratulations.
Gonna tip this thing forward so it'll get there. There we go.
All right. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Lisbon Park District. Our third and fourth awards today go to the 21st Century Workforce Award, and we're going to recognize excellence in 2 areas. One is efforts to attract or retain workforce, or working with local youth to promote workforce development opportunities in the community. This year, we're recognizing 2 exceptional programs for their work supporting and growing workforce in their communities. The first community we're going to recognize, taking a collaborative approach to help increase the number of high school graduates that remain and return to the community after graduation. This is a worthy goal for every community in the state. We have some states, when you look at the census data, that have remained flat for the last, not just the last decade, but in some cases the last 20 years. And every year they're graduating hundreds of high school students, and yet the community's not growing. If you're graduating high school students and your census isn't growing, it's time for you to spend more time talking to your youth. This city and their economic development organization did just that. They worked together to create a program that encourages and recruits local and regional high school students to consider a career in skilled and technical programs. Local Economic Development Corporation and participating businesses stepped up and sponsored graduating seniors. They reimbursed these students for up to 80% of the annual cost of attending an approved 1 or 2 year technical college program if they committed to coming back to the region after they graduated. So commit to come back and we'll pay for 80% of your college or your technical degree. So, and again, they would come back, they would work for an employer in that region for 3 years. This Career Builders program has been successfully used, all towards the goal of educating graduating youth about the high-need careers and encouraging those same students to come back to work. So please join me in congratulating the first of 2 Workforce Awards we're going to recognize today, but the first 2021 21st Century Workforce Award recipient, the 20x20 Workforce and Retention Program from Devils Lake, North Dakota. Congratulations. Great work, Brad. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Tip that.
Tilt it that way. There you go.
There we go.
Good job. Good job. I hope a lot of other cities replicate that.
Our next recipient is a community that banded together to create the only regional internship funding program of its kind in North Dakota. The program has directly resulted in 40 new internships being created in their region from July 2019 to August 2021. We know that internships are a way to connect students with community and with companies, and if you don't have an internship program in your community, I would recommend talking to these folks and saying, how can we get one of those? Because they really do work. These internships have provided hands-on learning experience for students at the University of North Dakota, helping them achieve valuable work experience and increasing their employability. Intern GF provides matching funding for newly created internships in the Grand Forks region for high-wage, in-demand careers. Please join me in congratulating our second 2021 21st Century Workforce recipient, the Greater Grand Forks Relocation Guide, and What's Cooler Today. Go team.
Congratulations.
Nice work.
Got it? I'm gonna let go.
Congratulations.
All right. Tilt it down just a little bit. Yeah. This way. All right. Good. Congratulations. Yep. Careful. Good job.
Our next award is the 5th out of 7, is the Smart Efficient Infrastructure Award. It recognizes a community that's made sound planning decisions by investing in spaces that had existing infrastructure, such as a vacant lot or a dilapidated building. After nearly 2 years of planning and renovating a vacant building in downtown, the Rural Collective opened in Hettinger in January of 2021. This space, which features the state-of-the-art technology, accessible amenities, was intentionally designed to support big ideas from events to businesses to clubs and to classes. This is a truly fantastic project, and I got to tell you, if you're from a small town in North Dakota or a big town in North Dakota, you've got a building like this somewhere in your community. All it takes is leadership from the community to gather together and some elbow grease to everybody to come together, take a community effort and turn a building that people might have driven by and said, this town is dying, and now they drive by and say, wow, what's happening positively in this community? So again, let's recognize our first Smart Efficient Infrastructure Award winner for today, the 2021 award recipient, the Rural Collective from Hettinger, North Dakota. Way to go. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You got it? Lower it.
I got it.
Okay. Good job. We're so glad that you won. You've worked so hard.
Our last 2 awards for today are their Main Street Excellence Awards. And these recognize communities whose efforts embody all the pillars of the Main Street Initiative, including smart, efficient infrastructure, 21st century workforce, healthy, vibrant communities, and economic growth and diversification. Our first recipient, this community and its residents have dedicated their time and efforts to add improvements throughout the community. Community groups have teamed up to find creative sources of funding to complete projects that create welcoming and engaging atmosphere. Projects they've completed included updated signage to improve wayfinding and murals to add to community aesthetics. Encouraging residents to enjoy community spaces, they've created a pocket park with an eating area and expanded walking paths in the community with frequent rest points and benches. They've engaged the youth. The youth in the community have become involved, driving the effort to install a Gaga pit, which is at the local park. And for those that aren't up to speed on one of the newest and exciting various trends of the classic game that we played in high school, dodgeball, that they've got a chance where now they can play play Gaga at a local park. The local higher education institution, Dakota College, has completed the remodel of an existing building and to use in the expansion of its nursing program. They're preserving infrastructure and building workforce on one of our university campuses. Working together, they've added vibrancy. They've expanded community events such as the annual car show, Music on Main, a Christmas festival to include activities for all ages, and also to make sure they're making the city more accessible and increase safety measures. All of this and more have been undertaken by a broad swath of community members, all focused on rowing together to create a welcoming environment for future and current residents. Super smart to engage the youth, engaging the students at the college, engaging their Main Street businesses, and engaging everybody. All of this helps across all the pillars, utilizing infrastructure, recruiting workforce. But our first 2021 Main Street Excellent Award recipient today for their downtown beautification, infrastructure, vibrancy, and workforce attraction. Let's give it up for Botno, North Dakota. Way to go, Botno. Well done.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Can I grab it? Just tilt it forward just a bit.
Get that forward so it doesn't.
There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to see you. Thank you.
And our next and final award recipient for today is a community that has also invested in collaborative activities, spaces, and events for its city. This community including private businesses, public entities, nonprofit organizations, individual community members, all joined together to create the Main Street Garden. From collaborative brainstorming to start the project and community engagement, building the elements that would make the garden possible, maintaining and planning for the future of the garden, the community has either volunteered time, donated materials, or made monetary contributions. At the end of the day, anyone, whether local or visitor, can enjoy and harvest from the Main Street Garden. Main Space, a separate project, is a collaborative work and educational space was created to provide resources for businesses, entrepreneurs, makers, and doers alike to utilize their quest on their own path to become epic. Heavily supported by both the city and the county, it now serves numerous businesses while maintaining sponsors who believe in its mission. A third initiative, the Festival of Lights, brings together the county's business community, churches, and community organizations in celebrating the holiday season with an annual park lighting and a community celebration event. And if you haven't driven down there to see this in the wintertime, you should. It brings warmth to the community and certainly brings people together. Through all these collaborative projects, a community that is intentionally and collectively supporting building out a vibrant environment for a 21st century workforce, please join me in congratulating the 2021 Main Street Excellent Award recipient, which is none other than Bowman County and City of Bowman, Main Street Garden, Main Street, and Festival of Lights. Congratulations, Bowman.
Hey, Taryn. You gotta tilt it down just a little bit. There we go.
The whole thing down.
Oh, yeah. All right. Becoming an annual event. Congratulations.
Let's give it up for all of our award winners today. Congratulations to all of you. And again, award winners, stick around after the show. We're going to take a group picture with all the award winners together. So thank you for that. Next, we've got a little more recognition that we want to give out right now. And this is an important thing that occurred last year under incredibly difficult conditions. But as you all know, 2020 was the annual national census in North Dakota and our communities. As we talked about this morning, one of the fastest growing states in the nation, some of the fastest growing counties in the nation, #1 and #2. But the only reason we know that is because some people got out and hit the ground, did the hard work, and collected the data. The census is a once in every 10 years effort. It's a huge undertaking that determines the distribution of political power and taxpayer dollars for the next decade at the federal level. And because voting districts and the distribution of these federal and state funds is really based on this, it really, really matters. During the census, every household in North Dakota was contacted by mail. Many of these were visited in person by an employee of the Census Bureau. In North Dakota alone, there was more than 3,000 temporary employees utilized during our peak efforts last year during March through May. North Dakota's 2020 Complete Census Count Task Force assembled leaders from across the state to ensure that every North Dakotan was counted. And I want to take this moment to also say, again, thank you to Kevin Iverson, who's our state census director. He's here today. He helped coordinate and lead this whole effort. Where's Kevin? Kevin, you out here somewhere? There he is, way in the back. He's black on black against the black curtain. You can't even see him. But thank you, Kevin. And also, again, with Kevin working on this, one of the great team members from Team ND put together a leadership here across from east to west in the state. We had co-chairs Louise Dardis of West Fargo and Linda Swoick of Bismarck, formerly of Watford City, where she was the auditor in McKenzie County. She knew something about fast-growing counties. This task force was led by North Dakotans across the state. It was organized into subcommittees and led by community leaders. The subcommittees, again, if you think about the complexity of doing this in just a regular year, had subcommittees that included all of our tribal members in the state, Bakken region oil field workers, retired snowbirds that might have still been in either Florida or Arizona. We had federal military folks that were moving in and out of our state, college students moving in and out of our state. We have 45 college students. Are they residents or not residents? We had new Americans that would have moved here, and also low population counties in the western part of the state. But as a result of all the hard work of these committees, hundreds of census workers, thousands of volunteers, it did show that we had hit a record high of 779,094 residents on April 1, 2020. And again, that 16% growth rate. What does that mean to all of you, and why should we be applauding these leaders we're about to recognize? The impact is expected to be over $19,100 per person per year for the next decade. You add all that up, and that growth of 104,000 people will mean more than $2 billion in federal aid. And I'm not talking about CARES Act or ARPA dollars. I'm just talking about all kinds of federal programs that distribute dollars based on your population. So again, we want to recognize this important and impactful work. We do have some of the members that are here in person, others that are listening virtually today. But I do want to say we'll have a few of them come up here and recognize, but again, the Complete Count Task Force, co-chair Louise Dardis, who's a retired assistant superintendent of West Fargo School District. We had Linda Swoick, co-chair of this whole project from Bismarck, and she's currently working now for the North Dakota Association of Counties, and I said former auditor for McKenzie. Mary Susi, chair of Education and Library Subcommittee in Bismarck, who's part of the North Dakota State Librarian. Andrea Olson, the chair, who's Community Service and Faith-Based Subcommittee, whose day job is the executive director of the Community Action Partnership. And Stephanie Dessinger, who's the chair of the Government Subcommittee out of Bismarck, and she's the deputy director of the North Dakota League of Cities. So all of these folks had big day jobs, They all participated and helped out here. Louise, Andrea, and Mary are going to be here today. We'll make sure that Stephanie and Linda get their plaques as well. But again, let's give it up to this whole group, Kevin Iverson and the Complete Count team. Congratulations once again to these incredible individuals for their work to help drive more revenue to North Dakota and have us accurately know where we stand in the nation. So thank you to the Census Complete Count team. Congratulations. Way to go, Louise. Congratulations very much. Mary, congratulations. Then tip these forward so they don't glare.
Let's get together. We got to squish up.
This way. She's down there. Yeah.
She's in charge.
Oh, I'm gonna do this. We're gonna collect these. Okay, all right.
Can I tilt these down? Just
Down.
Yeah, there we go. All right. Congratulations. Yep. Yep. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Again, congratulations to the Complete Count team. Congratulations to all of our winners. And Sean, that wraps up our awards program. I know we've got some exciting things still happening yet today. We got an incredible keynote that we're yet to hear. Do you want to kick us right into that?
Yes, please. Thank you. Well, first I want to say thank you to Epic Companies who sponsored the break and all that great pie that you guys just consumed. So if we could give some congratulations to Epic Companies.